listening to the Ecosystem Approach show. I'm Jason.
And I'm Patricia. Tune in every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time and 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio.
We discovered that human potential is severely limited when you program humans like a machine, which is standard practice today for self-improvement.
The Ecosystem Approach teaches you how to uncover your infinite potential by using natural methods that are truly revolutionary. Join us now for the Ecosystem Approach show. Self-hate and shame are epidemic in America. It's a major part of the mental health crisis that seems vague and difficult to define. Women and men struggle with body image issues that can be debilitating and painful. We have a unique perspective on a solution that is contrary to misconceptions about positive thinking and having a better attitude. If you're thinking about a diet or just want to have more confidence, this is the show for you. We are married intuitives with over 25 years experience who created the Ecosystem Approach. This is a groundbreaking way to see yourself in this age of Aquarius. We help you unleash healing and potential that is unknown today and is totally unique to you personally. This is not your typical type of energy work. We help you with life-changing internal discovery that is powerful, rational, practical, and useful for everyday life. Jason, what is the biggest misconception about confidence and weight loss that most of us fall victim to?
If we create some sort of external characteristic about ourselves, weight loss, having a nice body, having a nice car, having nice clothes, that we will have more confidence and feel good about ourselves. No, that's not true. We've heard that so many times over and over and over again. It's like propaganda. It is not true. If you lose a few pounds, it doesn't make you feel better about yourself. You may feel good momentarily, but it's not sustainable.
Correct.
And if you have, and we know this because we've seen it for over 25 years, over and over and over and over again, that if you have negative energy of shame, unworthiness, guilt, self-hate that we talked about in the title, you can lose as much weight as you want, and you can have as much plastic surgery as you can imagine. You can have the nicest clothes and the nicest car.
Correct.
It's not going to make you feel better about yourself
because it doesn't change the energy. Jason, did I just get to the end?
You told the punchline.
Oh.
You know, and the reason we have a mental health crisis in the United States is that we have these misconceptions. This is one huge one, that if you change some sort of external thing about yourself,
yes,
it'll make you feel better.
Yes.
No, it doesn't work that way. It's backwards. So, and if you've tried that in the past, we're not here to shame you either, because everybody's been taught that. No one is saying, hey, no, that doesn't work.
Correct.
Everybody's saying this is how you do it. It's not true. So you have to feel good about yourself first, and you must rewire or change your internal energy. And since almost no one talks about what your internal energy is,
correct,
it never happens. Focusing on externals like body, diet, our look. I mean, how many people, oh my gosh, over the 25 years, gotten a divorce and went out and got a makeover? Or
yes.
I want to go out into the world again. I want to, maybe the reason my dating, the dating app isn't working for me is I need a new hairdo.
Right.
It doesn't work that way. Yeah. And we've spent literally billions of dollars collectively as a country with that belief that, oh my gosh, if I just have a nicer shade of nail polish, it's not just women, men, different hair color.
Correct.
If I lose some weight, it doesn't work.
Yes.
Here's the punchline.
Oh, Now we're getting to the punchline, everyone.
True confidence comes from your essence, or what most people call soul.
That's correct.
And we don't really, we talk about soul in romantic terms,
Yes.
but we don't talk about soul in practical, useful, everyday, this is how I can make myself better terms.
Well, and I see that most people have no idea how to even to get to their soul
Right.
or
Well,
their
and
essence.
part of that is because we've been trained like machines all of our
Mhm,
lives.
mhm.
If you put in this program, if you follow this recipe,
Right.
if you do these three things,
Yeah.
then you'll get this output.
Mhm.
And in terms of human beings, it doesn't work that way.
Right.
And your soul is and we're going to talk about this in the next segment in more detail,
Okay.
but your soul has all the answers for you personally.
Yeah.
It may not have the answers for her, but for me personally, my soul knows what's best for me, what the best timing is for me, what the best woman is for me. I did that pretty good, you know.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. So um, um, and up to the time that I met Patricia, I'd made some really stupid choices about partners and
Relationships.
relationships. Yeah.
There you go.
So so
And by the way, he's not alone in that one. I just want to say that.
again, we've had a lot of experience with that.
Yes, we have.
Here's what people don't really understand: that your essence or your soul,
Mhm,
without negative energy attached, naturally has confidence.
mhm.
Everybody in the world naturally, if there wasn't any negative energy attached to your essence, there would always be, everybody would have confidence.
Yes.
Now, it doesn't mean that we're all the same. It means that
Yeah.
we would know who we are
Yes,
authentically,
that's correct.
and we would feel good about that. We
Mhm.
would like that. It's natural to feel good about who you are,
Yes,
um, um, when it comes from your essence.
correct.
You don't need to manage it with external actions. And this is one of the reasons why we use this term, the ecosystem approach,
Hmm.
is because your soul or your essence is the center of your ecosystem.
Correct.
That's where everything starts from
Yeah.
and flows from. Um, and like any other ecosystem, and this is the part that this is the reason I chose, the ecosystem approach as the name,
Yes.
is because with an ecosystem, you take away the toxics and you don't have to motivate it. You don't have to do anything else. But once you remove the bad things in an ecosystem, because of life force, it will naturally be what it is.
Beautiful. It will
Yes.
naturally be confident.
Yes.
It will actually know how to take care of itself without, I'm going to say, almost not thought, but without having someone else tell you what to do.
You know,
It's
and
pretty awesome.
in a machine world,
There you go.
you have to be motivated, you have to be directed, you have to be pushed, you have to be
Correct.
all those things. We've been talking about gardening a lot, and Patricia's the gardener. I'm not the gardener. I'm just the Indian. She says, move that big heavy thing over there. And that's what
Wait,
I do. Yeah.
wait, isn't that the way it's supposed to be? Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. I was
So,
making jokes.
but in a garden, when you have a tomato plant, you don't have to motivate your tomato plants.
Okay, I want 5 new tomatoes tomorrow.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
no, it doesn't work that way.
Or here's 3 easy steps, tomato plant, to being more, to having better fruit. No,
There you
it
go.
doesn't work
Yes,
that
I
way.
like that. Yeah.
Ecosystems don't work that way. You just have to make sure that it has the water, enough sun, the nutrients in the soil,
Well,
and it just
and
goes.
I have a little bit of a trick. I activate everything that I plant. I activate it with life force, and I have I have some people would say luck in the garden. You're right. I do. I have luck in the garden, but I also have this knowing, and it's pretty
Things
awesome.
just grow. It's just like
Yes.
it's
Yes.
amazing. It's fun to watch.
It really
So
is. Yes.
but advertising, we get bombarded with this, full of examples of products. Oh, if you use this deodorant, if you drive this car,
That's correct.
if you buy this name brand clothing,
Hmm.
you're going to look better, you're going to feel better, you're going
Right.
to be confident. It's just not like that. It's the energy.
Yes.
And so for those people, and we started talking about this is kind of your area, but when you've done everything right, and you still can't lose weight,
Oh,
it's always the energy. If
it's
you have self-hate, shame, it's an energy
that is correct.
that you can remove.
And actually get results from.
Right.
It's pretty awesome. You know, well, first off, springtime, I just want to throw this out there. In the spring, people, they all want to lose weight because they're thinking about less clothing and they can't
How
cover
they look
things
in the bathing
that's
suit and
right.
yes,
That's
yes.
it. That's exactly right. And but getting instantaneous results is an expectation that comes from marketing,
Yeah.
not from reality.
Yes.
I want to make sure that we say that with great clarity. But if you start today by removing negative energy from your essence regarding, say, weight gain or self confidence, things like that, I guarantee you that there will be positive results.
You know,
And by the way, each person has their own timing.
when you take away the negative energy from your essence, and I'm talking in very black and white terms,
Okay.
it's never that black and white, but as you remove it,
Yes.
your body naturally wants to be healthy.
Yes.
It doesn't need to be
It-
motivated.
it
It
really
naturally
does.
wants to be healthy.
Yes.
You know, it may not want that whole thing of Ben and Jerry's for the evening or whatever,
Oh,
because
okay.
someone said something cruel to you. So
Jason, what is the summary of this segment?
the biggest misconception around confidence and body image is that you can build and develop your confidence by managing the things that are external to you. Examples of external things are losing weight, having a makeover, getting a new wardrobe, or something that says to the world, I'm better.
Mhm.
But it's a misconception because real confidence comes from your essence or soul.
Mhm.
As intuitives, we see that for most people, their essence has been covered and blocked with negative energy. Your essence without negative energy is naturally confident, and your essence is the central part of your personal ecosystem. Self hate and shame are negative energies, that removing those energies is the key to authentic confidence and feeling good about yourself in a way that's sustainable.
I love that. In the next segment, we're going to talk about how the ego and the physical body and essence all work together or not, and how understanding these three things will help you have the life you want. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia, and you're listening to Transformation Talk Radio. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And in this segment, we're going to talk about how the ego and the physical body and essence all work together or not, and how understanding these three things will help you have the life you want. Jason, can you explain how ego, physical body, and the essence all work together?
Well, we created a slide, and if Moxie, the producer, would put up slide number 7.
Thank you, Moxie.
Now, if you're watching, you can see this.
Right.
If you're listening, you can see these slides by going to our website, theecosystemapproach.org,
Yes.
signing up for a free section, and it's all available to you free on our website. And we have a couple. I think it's slide 1 through 8 about
Okay.
how this works. But and first, I need to explain why we know this.
Okay.
This is not something we studied in a book. This is information that is available to everybody.
There you go.
Via intuition. And one of the things we do with the ecosystem approach is it's a robust intuition is a byproduct.
Yes.
It's not something we train people to do. It's a byproduct of removing negative energy from your essence, your ecosystem. And this is what happens. This is how you flourish as a human being. The ecosystem approach is probably the most natural self-development program out there, because most self-development program, even ones that use energy or metaphysics, use programming techniques, which are like machine-like.
Correct.
And
we're not machines, everyone.
We're not machines. And so you're never going to get the best results from that. So we're going to talk about how this actually works.
Okay.
So And I'm going to explain it for people that are listening right now so you can create a word picture.
Okay.
This first slide, slide number 7, is the way humans are designed. So imagine a triangle with the essence at the top of that triangle, your essence or soul, and information flows down from that essence or soul to your ego on one side and your physical body on the other.
Okay.
This is the way we're designed. This is the way it's supposed to happen naturally.
Hmm.
And so when that happens, your ego, now people think, let me, first of all, let's say, um, people think of ego in terms of arrogance,
And self-absorption.
and it's not.
No.
Ego is that part of your personality that takes the way it was designed. Your ego is what takes the knowledge from your essence, which is what your life purpose is, who you are, and where you're
Correct.
going,
Yes.
and applies that out in the world.
Yes.
So when you say, "Here I am, world," from your ego
Hmm.
and you're connected to your essence, it's very, very healthy. It's not a bad thing.
Right.
And it says it expresses the uniqueness of your personality out in the world in a way that's very functional on behalf of your essence.
Okay.
It's
I
it's it's
like
like
that.
the what would you call it? The public relations
Department.
department
There you go.
of your personality.
Okay.
Your ego, that's what it's supposed to do,
Yes.
okay? Your physical body
Is on
also
the other side.
on the other side of the triangle.
There you go.
It's subordinate to the essence. And so your physical body's the purpose of that is to help you um, express your purpose in the world.
Okay.
So if you're sick all the time and you're trying to do things and that's not working, it's there's a negative energy block there because your essence is telling your physical body, this guy needs this, or this woman needs this to get do their purpose.
But the bottom line is that we have been taught that these blocks, that they don't exist and that you're just imagining things.
Right.
And
if only you put in a better program to
And-
your machine.
exactly. Or and I'm not saying eat better food and all those things. Yes, eat better food by all means. But what we're talking about here is when things are out of balance, even your purpose gets askewed.
Yes. So let's talk about some things when it is
When it is
when it's
balanced.
working correctly.
Yes. Okay. I like that.
The essence would supercharge self-healing. Your
Mhm.
need for whether it's traditional medicine or alternative medicine would be diminished considerably because your essence would tell you, oh, don't eat that food, or don't roll around in that batch of poison ivy.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not going to be good for you.
Yes.
Your body's not going to react and very appropriately.
Okay.
Um, um, your human potential with your body and your ego would explode
Yes.
when the essence is talking to both of those.
Let's say positive human potential.
Yes. And your essence wants you to have a rich, complete life and have you and continuously guide you
Yes.
as your best guide and mentor. That's the way you were designed. That's natural to us.
And I just want to add one thing. We have been designed to use our intuition to help us with judgment and have understanding of not only ourselves, but the world around us.
Yes.
And when those things are blocked, when they're
Yes.
trained out of us, or basically we're told that that's wrong, we miss, for lack of a better way to say it, the boat.
There's so much misinformation out there
Correct.
in the world.
Correct.
And part of our susceptibility to that is because we've been trained to operate like machines.
Yes.
We're waiting for a program to tell us what to do, which is a betrayal of your essence or soul, because your essence or soul says, wait a minute, why are you getting that information outside of yourself? You should be getting it from inside of yourself, from your essence.
And what the ecosystem approach does is it unblocks that negative energy. It gets rid of that negative energy so you can listen.
Yes.
And do.
Yes.
It's pretty awesome.
So, and Moxie, if you put up the next slide, which is slide number 6.
Yes.
And this is what happens when there's negative energy attached to your essence. And people don't understand this, but so again, imagine the triangle. This time, instead of having the triangle with the top being at the essence, it's flipped around so that the bottom is the essence and the top 2 points of the triangle are your ego and physical body.
Okay.
When that happens, what the essence, the information, knowledge, insight from your essence is blocked. It's not coming up to the ego and to the physical body.
Correct.
So when that happens, what happens is that your ego is not getting information from your essence,
Getting it from
the world.
the outside world.
So when your ego says, I want to have a Ferrari, that's the car for me, and there's nothing wrong with a Ferrari. If you have a Ferrari, I hope you're enjoying it.
Yes, really.
But you might want to consider why that was so important to you. Because when your ego is on the top of the triangle because of negative energy attached to your essence and it's not working correctly, it picks up its demands not from your essence, but from the world, from other people.
That's correct.
And all those things that probably aren't good for us. We think of ego in terms of egomaniacs, and there are a lot of people whose essence is blocked,
Yes.
who use their ego to become successful in the world. The problem is that there's usually they pursue that success in a way that's destructive and harsh for other people around them.
And eventually for them.
Exactly. Now we think of ego in terms of always arrogance, and it's not always that.
That's true.
You can have your essence blocked and have your ego not working. It's still taking information from the outside, but instead of being a quote unquote egomaniac, what you become is self-destructive. You have addictions, you have abusive relationships.
Sure. That makes sense.
You just consistently make bad choices for yourself.
In relationships, money, health.
Yes.
We can go on down the line. Yeah, it's quite true. And I have to admit that before I started using the ecosystem approach, I did a lot of other things. Meaning
We both did, yes.
I was really looking around. Where are some answers? And when I started removing negative energy, I realized that the answers that I was looking for came from within, and there was an understanding that I had never had before about who I am. And I'm still finding wonderful, amazing things about who I am, but I'm a whole lot happier today than I have ever been before.
So just briefly, I want to talk about what happens when the physical body is at the top of the triangle.
Okay.
That's what when you get sick.
Yes.
That's when you go to the doctor, whether it's alternative doctor or a traditional doctor, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
The physical body is kind of left out there in the open. It doesn't know what to do. And it becomes pleasure seeking. It gains weight.
Yes.
There's a form of gluttony. That's when the physical body is on top, that's when you eat a whole thing of Ben and Jerry's
and more
because you had a bad day or whatever.
Right. You're trying to cover up the feelings that, by the way, you could get rid of using the ecosystem approach, but the body is screaming because it's tense, it's got anxiety, it feels guilty.
It doesn't know what it's supposed to do because it's not being directed by the essence, it's being directed by the world.
Yes.
And so physical cravings that are destructive, bad outcomes for healing protocols, all these things, it's kind of lost because it doesn't know how to act.
Yes.
Because it wasn't designed to act on its own. It was designed to get their cues from the essence.
That's correct.
So.
All right. Are we ready?
Yes.
In the next segment, we're going to talk.
No, we have to do summary.
Oh, Jason, what is the summary of this segment? My apologies, everyone.
The human body is organized like a triangle where the essence and soul is on the top of the triangle that feeds the ego and physical body at the bottom of the triangle with information and instructions for the ego and physical body to operate. However, most people today have their triangle turned upside down where ego and the physical body are at the top and the essence is subordinate to both. This happens when there's too much negative energy attached to essence. It's not something you've done wrong, but it's a natural occurrence of the way we're taught to live today. In this case, the ego is not healthy and receives um, um, what it receives is influenced by information and programming from the world, not the essence.
Right.
The physical body likewise is responding to ego in the outside world, not the essence. Neither the ego or the physical body was ever designed to operate independently from the essence, which gives both guidance and instructions that serve the sole purpose of a person.
Yes.
When a person chooses to change external characteristics like weight or their look, the fundamental change of energy does not happen. Removing the negative energy attached to essence helps the ego and the physical body to function in a natural way, the way it was intended.
In the next segment, we're going to talk about how to overcome self hate and shame and have your body image focus on health and not some type of perfection or ego driven expectation. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia, and you're listening to Transformation Talk Radio. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And in this segment, we're going to talk about how to overcome self hate and shame and have your body image focus on health and not some type of perfection or ego driven expectation. Okay, Jason, what do you do with all of this? It really seems complicated.
It seems complicated because we've all been trained to live like machines.
Yes, we have.
We are waiting for a formula, a program
Yes.
to tell us what to do. Do this in 3 easy steps.
Yes.
How to be completely happy in 10 different steps.
Okay. Yeah.
I remember picking something up at the in the checkouts
Yeah, the
stand
grocery store. Yeah.
about they did this whole study about happy marriages, and they said if you do this and do this and do this, you'll have a happy marriage. I know that that's not true. You know, it's not, because happy marriages isn't about the actions that you do.
No.
It's about the energy that you have, that connection between the two of you.
And the connection you have with yourself, and then the connection you have with your partner.
Right. It's not just about, finding the right person.
Mm,
It's about being the right person that can connect with someone and can adapt to someone else in a way that's functional for both of you.
exactly. Exactly. That's called partnership by all
Yes.
means.
And this isn't about partnership, but it's just
Understood.
you always start. So here's how you start. It's pretty simple. You start with where you're at.
Okay.
If you're
Understood.
having money issues, if you're having relationship issues,
Mhm.
family,
Health.
spouse, health issues,
Mhm.
or just because you don't feel happy every day,
Right.
those are your issues. Start there.
Yeah.
And we're going to tell you how to do the clearing, how to remove negative energy in just
Yes.
a minute.
Okay.
And um, um, and I know this is kind of vague. This show wasn't meant to be a complete how-to
Okay.
in terms of this. However, if this interests you, if you think, oh my gosh, this is the reason why I've been dieting for all my life and it's never really worked,
Correct.
or I'm still not happy about myself. I still
Mhm.
feel this shame and unworthiness, or I just don't like myself.
Correct.
And I'm afraid if I remove negative energy, I still won't like myself. I guarantee you that's not true.
Well, or there
Yeah.
won't be anything left and I won't be here.
Yeah, exactly. That's not true.
No.
But um, we do these shows every week so that we can tell you how to work with energy
Yes.
as opposed to programming yourself.
Yes.
Because you just have to live in the world. When you go to work, they expect you to be a machine. When you
Yes.
go to college or to school, they expect you to be a machine. Every place we go, the expectation is that of being a machine.
Mhm.
We tell you how to be more natural with yourself.
Yes. Yes.
And so it starts with the issues that you have. A couple quickies here. Your emotional story.
Yes.
Your emotional story is not what happened to you as a child or growing up.
Correct.
but how you felt about it.
Hmm.
You might have had, um, your family may have had a car accident, for example,
Okay.
and you may have lost a sibling or something. Well, your there may have been three kids, one died, and there's two left. Both of those kids are going to respond diff,
Differently.
differently
Yeah,
to those to that trauma.
that's correct.
And so you have to know how you feel about it. Your relationship. You had a relationship with your mother that was not like your sisters had with
Not
your
at
mother.
all.
And so your emotional story is so much different than your sisters
Yes.
because of that.
Yes.
Even with me, my relationship in the family was different because I was a man,
That's
a
right.
boy, as opposed to my sister,
Yes.
who had a different
Relationship.
and emotional story.
That's correct.
So you start with your emotional story and you start clearing those issues. And then um, um, knowing your Enneagram type, knowing accurately what your Enneagram type is also a way, because your Enneagram type is a set of compulsions. And those compulsions are always comes from negative energy.
Correct.
So even though you may use those compulsions to be in a positive way,
Or looks like it's a positive way.
well, for example, you could have the compulsion like a one, Enneagram one,
Okay.
to always be on time. I mean, it sounds good. It may be really appropriate. Maybe you work for FedEx, so being on time makes it like a really valuable thing.
That's true.
On the other hand, chances are, if it's compulsive, you'll you'll um you'll sacrifice relationship in order to be on time. You'll do things
Correct.
where the compulsion takes over, and as opposed to your good judgment, where you
Correct.
should have done
Right.
something else in a certain situation, and you actually had to be on time.
Hmm.
That I see that with workaholics also.
Yes.
Um, when they work for people, the employers love workaholics,
Yes, they
but
do.
their families don't. And because and they can't control it because it's compulsive. So look at your compulsions through the type, through your Enneagram type,
Correct.
and you can start clearing there, and then keep listening to our show. And if this is speaking to you, if you're saying, "Oh my gosh, I got to have this. This is what I want." Go to our website right now, theecosystemapproach.org. Sign up for a free section. You'll get a weekly list of all the clearings. We're going to tell you how to clear in just a minute. And the more clearing you do, the better
Mhm.
off you are. The
Mhm.
more clearing you do, it's cumulative. So you may be clearing anger for 10 years, but it's different types of anger. And being specific with the ecosystem approach is really, really easy and important.
Well, and I'm gonna say, if you let's just use anger as
Yeah.
a um when that's the energy that you're carrying around and you're wondering why you're not in a relationship, wow, you might want to take a look at the anger that you're holding on to, and the anger that you're showing to the rest of the world. People don't want to be around angry people, but yet you have this need for a relationship.
So many people
Start with it.
have come to us and said, well, I may be angry, but I'm not showing that to the guy that I'm
Oh,
dating or something. I guarantee you are. It's
yes.
it's seen.
You don't
It's
you
been,
don't even realize. In
and they
fact,
may not be able to articulate it.
do I have a second to say?
Yeah.
When I first met Jason, we worked basically in the same department and in the company that we worked for. And he said to me one day, he said, are you aware, something to this effect, are you aware of how angry you are? And I looked at him and went, what are you talking about? Just like that. And he said, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So I went home that day and I was so embarrassed for my reaction. But then I went back to him and I said, I need to know what you mean. Please explain this to me. And it was one of the ways and reasons we started talking. And when he started to explain to me that I could remove this, even though I didn't have any idea how angry I was. By the way, today I still clear anger, probably every single day.
But you're a lot different than you were when.
I am, but that's because I've removed so much negative energy. My point that I'm getting at is that start where you are today.
Yes.
That's the point.
Let's
So,
do the summary and then we'll
okay,
talk
Jason,
about
what
it.
is the summary of this segment?
We have all been trained to be machines and ignore communications from essence.
Yes.
It's nothing to be ashamed of, which we've all had it. The best place to start is always with issues in your life right now.
Mhm.
Even if you think the blame or the reason for your difficulty lies with someone else or something
True.
else, you have feelings, which are energies that need to be cleared and removed. Someone's bad behavior may be involved, but that's always a reflection of the negative energy.
Correct.
Removing the energy that is affecting you is a huge step to removing the energy attached to your essence.
Yes, that is absolutely true. So, with that said, Jason, let's tell everyone how to do the clearing, meaning removing negative energy. And then in the next segment, let's help everybody out and
We'll do
do the
some clearing.
clearings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here we
Okay.
go. So, um, you can stand, sit, walk.
Mhm.
You don't have to have a specific posture. You don't have to be reverent when you do that.
Right. Right.
You're not praying. What you're doing is you're just activating the internal process that is natural to you, anyways. Okay.
Yes.
And so when we say to eliminate, in your imagination, in your mind's eye, imagine that what we're saying to eliminate gathered up in your body, blow it into the processor. Moxie's going to put the picture of the processor up.
Correct.
The negative energy goes in the top, it gets processed, comes out neutral. It's that simple. The key, the real horsepower to the ecosystem approach is the ability to be specific.
Yes.
So you can make a clearing statement that's very, very, very specific to you.
Mhm.
And we'll talk about that in the next segment.
Okay. And then after we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to activate life force energy. Life force energy is the most powerful energy that any of us has access to. And this life force energy, when we remove negative energy and then we activate life force energy, what we're doing is we're taking away negative and activating positive. And we'll talk and I'll walk you all the way through that in the next segment. So, with that said, are we ready
Yep.
to? Okay, stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to help you have more confidence and remove the energies of self hate and shame and the energies that create a negative body image. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio. This is the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason, and I'm Patricia. And in this segment, we're going to help you have more confidence and remove the energies of self hate and shame and the energies that create a negative body image. So, Jason, you ready to get started?
Here we go. I direct all my resources in all dimensions to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that external changes do not lead to sustainable confidence and does not overcome unworthiness or shame.
Nice and easy. Take a breath. You're going to pull that negative energy up from the tips of your
The
toes.
veils and illusions of that negative energy. Yep.
Excuse me. Yes, veils and illusions. You're going to throw it away. I'm going to shorten it up just a little tiny bit and to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that we all have been trained like machines. As a result, focus on external changes and actions that do not change the energy that are at the root. One more time from the tips of your toes, pull that negative energy, those veils and illusions up and throw them away.
And to eliminate any stress, anxiety, and overwhelm that I have that comes from negative energy attached to my essence. That's where it is.
Yes.
Let's get rid of it now.
Throw it away. And to eliminate any fear, worry, or anxiety I have because of the shame that I have been programmed to feel because of training in my childhood, which can be removed with clearing. Nice and easy. We're going to clear fear, worry, and anxiety, not to mention shame. Pick it up and throw it away.
You know, so many people have come to us and say, yeah, I don't want to work. I don't want to think about my childhood. That was past. That was done, was
Yeah.
done.
I'm not there anymore.
I just want to focus on the future.
Right.
Well, this isn't about ruminating about the past
Not at all.
or going over and over again about that my mother didn't love me, etc.
Right.
It's about the energy of it.
Mhm.
And then when you see it as an energy and that you have to remove it, it's not about ruminating about it. It's not about indulging about it.
It's actually being very positive and saying, I don't want this
I
anymore.
don't want this
And I'm
energy
not
anymore.
carrying it around anymore. And by the way,
And if you don't think you're carrying it, you're delusional. I'm sorry.
exactly.
I don't.
But the other thing is negative energy actually turns into excess weight on the body. Everyone think about that.
If you could squeeze out the fat,
You would
bring it out,
and wring it out, you
and you
would
could see the energy, you could see the anger and the hate and the
that's correct.
bitterness.
It's
Have
unreal.
you ever seen someone who's had a lot of weight and they've lost it, but then they seem to be really angry and a little bit
Well,
grumpy?
that's that
Yeah,
negative energy
that's a
that's
negative
trying to
energy.
find its way back in.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's going to come back somehow.
exactly. Okay, Jason, your turn.
So, and to eliminate the veils and illusions, so I can see that advertisers train us to believe that external changes that come from using their products make us feel better about ourselves, which is totally false.
Take a breath, pull up, and throw it away. And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that when I have too much negative energy attached to my essence, my ego is attached to worldly illusions and does not help me have a better life. Pick it up. You don't need it. Throw it away.
And to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that my ego, that if my ego was subordinate to my essence, it would naturally work to support my life purpose and help me create the best things in life for me.
I
Oh my
love
gosh.
that one. Pick it up and throw it away. And to eliminate the barrier so I can see that if my physical body was subordinate to my essence, it would crave being healthy and seek to develop health to support my life purpose and those activities that my essence believes are in my best interest. Take a breath and blow it out.
And to eliminate the barriers so I can see the best way to overcome shame and negative feelings about myself is to remove the negative energies of the feelings that make me feel bad about myself.
Take a breath and blow it out. And the last one for this segment, and to eliminate the veils and illusions so I can see that the key to life is overcoming the negative energies and feelings attached to my essence using the ecosystem approach. Take a breath, veils and illusions. Get rid of those negative energies. So let's activate some life force because we took out a lot of negative things. Let's activate some life force. It goes like this. Follow along. I direct all my resources in all dimensions to activate life force energy so I can have clarity, awareness, and objectivity to know and understand not only who I am, but what my purposes are, and have fun the whole time. Pull in that life force energy through the top of your head. Let it go all the way to the tips of your toes. Ask it to stop right there. Turn that life force energy around and pull up any more negative energy that's just hanging around, waiting for a spot, to mess with you. Take a breath, everyone, and throw it away. Jason?
And to activate life force so I can have hope, to have true confidence, and overcome the feelings of shame and self hate.
I love that one. Pull it in and blow out any negative energies. And activate life force so I can trust that I can see through the illusions of worldly expectations and have self knowledge that comes from my essence, your essence, starting right now in this very moment. Pull it in and blow out any negative energies.
And to activate life force so I can decide to focus on removing the negative energies from my essence, to know myself and truly like myself.
Yes. Pull it in. Tips of your toes. Stop it. Turn it around. Blow it out. And to activate life force. So I can be happy and healthy, have laughter, love, and fun, joy, the ability to see what I need to see and to know what I need to know to remove what doesn't serve me now and in the future, now and from my past. Nice and easy. Take a breath and blow out any negative energies left over. Jason, what are we going to talk about next week?
A few weeks ago, we did question and answer for us,
Okay.
and next week is actually going to be a pre-record, just full transparency. So we're going to
Okay.
do that tomorrow, but we're going to do the question and answer because we only got through. I had like 3-4 pages of questions and stuff, and
Yes,
we only got through a couple.
that
We had a lot of
people
fun
have
with
asked us
that.
over
Yeah.
the years and things like that. Yes. Yes. And you want to hear, we will definitely laugh and laugh at each other.
W-
That's for sure.
We just had a lot of fun with that. We're going to
We
do that
did.
again.
Yes.
And I think you'll enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the Memorial Day weekend, but
Yeah.
tune in and listen. It's always recorded, so you can listen anytime you want.
In
Uh,
fact, all of our shows.
yeah, all of
You,
our shows.
you can, and you know, I'm just going to jump in.
Yeah.
I haven't said this for quite a while. If you enjoy what we do but you have a friend who you think it would help them but they don't quite understand, have them listen to a show or two. You choose the show. The list is right there. Go to our website. Correct? Is that where they go?
Yeah, yeah, and you can Google us on
There
YouTube,
you go.
on Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
Correct.
Facebook.
Yes, there you go.
They're all there in Facebook, and just kind of pick one out, go through the list, and
it's the thing that I find to be the most amazed about our show is the information that we give is very, very, very practical. And in that being practical, you know, people think we live in la la land, and the last thing and the last place Jason and I live is in la la. We are very, very practical people, and we want to help not only ourselves, but we want to help others make a difference in their lives.
you know, people come to us all the time with real problems,
Yes, they
and
do.
we give them real solutions.
Yes, we do.
Because we change the energy. That's
Yeah.
the root.
Yeah.
So when there's a problem that you have, whether it's a relationship or money or health,
Correct.
or just not feeling good, you know, it's we help them identify the energy that's blocking them.
Yes.
And then we have them start to clear it. People, you know, we're not taking any new clients right now, but what's happening is we're the clients that we have, they keep coming back.
And they've been with us for a really long time.
Because they keep growing.
Yes.
And they want to grow some more.
Yeah.
And the more negative energy you remove from your essence, the more you can be in the world in a way that's uncommon, the way that wasn't possible before.
And also in the way that we were meant to be.
Exactly.
And the most amazing thing of all is when you start using the ecosystem approach, your life will change. Like I said, it won't happen instantaneous, but your life will change. And think about this just for yourself for one moment. Is there a way I can, meaning you, the audience, can make a difference in the world today? What an amazing question.
How many people out there that are listening really know what their life purpose is?
Exactly.
Your essence knows your life purpose.
Yes.
I don't.
Yes.
Your essence knows that.
That's correct.
And the more you remove that negative energy, that stuff just comes up. But it's more than just knowing your life purpose.
Yeah.
That's kind of lofty. What we find is that there are talents and abilities that are exposed.
Yes.
You know, you may have one big talent, but there's all these 10 others that you hadn't really thought about.
Well, and you don't even see them as talents.
Don't even see them. And
kind of
as
thing.
you start removing that negative energy, it comes up, and you see it more and more.
And not to mention, you get better at those talents. That's the part that amazes me as well.
If you're getting excited and say, "Oh, this is what I need. This is what I want to do," this is the self-help that I've been looking for all my life, which
Mhm.
I hope it is, because both of us been looking with self-help stuff for years and years and years and
Correct.
years before we started this.
Yes.
So go to our website right now, ecosystemapproach.org. The ecosystem approach is all one word, no spaces. THE ecosystemapproach.org. Sign up for a free section.
Mhm.
You'll get the clearings every week.
Yes.
And the more clearings you do, the better off you'll be. The more clearings you do, you can do the same clearing 10 times, 20 times, 50 times. The more you clear, the more negative energy you remove.
Correct. And visit our Facebook page. Yes.
The Facebook page is theecosystemapproach.org. If you're there, please like us, and you can post any questions there if you'd like.
There you go. We'll connect next week, Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Transformation Talk Radio, and you're listening to the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia.
Remember, your ecosystem is the most important one in the world.
Thank you for listening to the Ecosystem Approach Show with Jason and Patricia. I'm Patricia. Tune in every week as we discuss practical ways to apply the ecosystem approach and develop your potential to live your life on your terms. For more information, visit our website at theecosystemapproach.org.